Who's scruffy looking?
What is up, my fellow nerds and gangsters? Welcome back to the Spiffy Nerd Herder channel. I am Danny, and today I'm going to answer a question that I got asked way back in July on Twitter. And it's essentially the question of who would win, a Wookiee or a Cathar. Now, if you don't know what a Cathar is, it's basically a living, walking beast from Beauty and the Beast. So today, I wrote a little story about a Wookiee versus a Cathar. I definitely added a bunch of different little elements that, honestly, I probably would have never added in a real fight if I were actually writing the script. Little items of canon, like regarding the claws of the characters, the amount of loyalty they have to friends, etc., etc., etc. So, sit back, relax.
Let us pull up a chair as the dining room proudly presents your dinner.
Chewie, Han, and their crew run for their lives from the Cathar bounty hunter, Lacius, Callow, and his men. Chewie and Han's men drop all around them until it's only the two of them left. They round a corner to the Falcon, but it's a dead-end street. Lacius and his men corner them. People around them run for cover.
It's over, Chewbacca. Surrender and your human pet lives.
Han stands up. Who you calling? A blaster bolt soars over his head. Han ducks back down. Why do you want him? Challenges Han.
He knows.
Lacius yells. We gonna let him shoot first? Asks Han. Chewie roars and charges at the Cathar. I guess not, says Han as he lays down cover fire at Lacius's companions. Chewie swings at Lacius's head. The Cathar uses the advantage of his shorter height and ducks, then grabs Chewie's leg and yanks it out from under him. Chewie slams into a stone basin, shattering it. Lacius picks up a massive stone piece, hurls it at Chewie's head, then Han shoots the stone in midair, turning it to dust.
Kill that human.
Lacius yells to his men. The men charge at Han as Lacius turns back to Chewie, but he's gone. Lacius looks around frantically, then hears a roar above him. He looks up to the branches of the gigantic tree in the town square. Chewie torpedoes down at him holding a broken tree branch. The branch shatters across Lacius's face. His broken bones crunch, almost louder than the broken wood. Lacius rebounds with a punch into Chewie's gut. Chewie gasps. Lacius produces a stun rod and tries to stun Chewie, but Chewie slaps the rod from his hand. It hits an innocent bystander. He vomits and collapses from the shock. Women scream all around.
This Wookiee is wanted for crimes against the Empire.
Lacius yells in basic at the crowd.
Anyone who helps me capture him will get 10% of the bounty.
Chewie protests in his defense, but no one understands his Chewwick growls. A few men from the bystanders gather to go up against Chewie with their blasters. Chewie backs away as they close in around him, when Han steps up from behind Lacius with blaster drawn. His crimes worse than your bounty hunting skills? Han asks.
He killed 2 stormtroopers when he escaped from Imperial captivity.
Han and Chewie share a knowing glance. Chewie chuckles. You can't take all the credit for that, says Han jokingly to Chewie. Lacius glares back at Chewie, looks him in the eye and says,
and for being a mad claw.
Chewie roars. Lacius draws a blaster and points it at Chewie. Whoa, 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 what's a mad claw? Yells Han. Lacius stares Chewie down.
All Wookiees have claws they use for climbing, but Chewbacca uses them to kill. It's the greatest dishonor a Wookiee can bring upon himself. Something my people don't share.
Lacius suddenly extends his own huge claws and fires a bolt back at Han. It hits Han in the shoulder. Ugh! Han yells as he hits the ground. Lacius and Chewie charge at each other and collide with the force of 2 Star Destroyers. The Cathar slashes at the Wookiee, cutting him deep, much like Savar had wounded Exar Kun generations before. Blood flows through Chewie's fur. Lacius slashes at Chewie's paws.
Use the claws, Wookiee,
yells Lacius. Chewie roars back and throws a clawless fist at Lacius, knocking him backwards. Chewie grabs Lacius by the feet and throws him across the courtyard, knocking him through a pillar. Shards go everywhere. Lacius gets up and charges at the Wookiee, tackles him to the ground, rolls, and then kicks the Wookiee into a far wall near some of Lacius's companions. What the Cathar lacks in size and strength, he makes up for with speed. Lacius grabs the wounded Han off the ground. Come on! Lacius slowly rounds the tree with a blaster to Han's head, but Chewie is ready for him. Chewie holds one of Lacius's companions 2 feet off the ground by the neck. Chewie growls a threat.
He means nothing to me,
says Lacius. Chewie lifts the bounty hunter higher.
Okay,
Lacius says. He pulls the trigger, but Han jerks free, the bolt singeing his hair. Chewie roars and throws the still alive man at Lacius. Lacius shoots the man in midair. He falls dead. Apparently, Cathar loyalty is not like a Wookiee's. Lacius takes off up the tree, using his claws to grip the bark. The Wookiee takes off after him with the retractable claws of his own. Climbing is the only acceptable use for them in the Wookiee code. Chewie crests the upper branch when Lacius swings a branch at Chewie's head. The Wookiee drops down and slashes the branch in half with his claws.
There's the claws. Come at me with them, Wookiee,
yells Lacius. But Chewie retracts his claws and tackles the Cathar. Both he and Chewie fly out of the tree and slam into the ground below. Lacius gasps, throws a punch at Chewie, who grabs his arm and twists. Lacius yells. Chewie chuckles, looks Lacius into the eye, and then rips the arm from its socket. Lacius screams in pain, and Chewie roars something in Shriwook. Lacius drops to his knees and slashes at Chewie's legs with his claws. The Wookiee drops and uses the leverage to yank the other Cathar's arms from its socket. The Cathar drops onto his back, barely conscious from the pain, and looks up at the Wookiee.
Go ahead, do it. Finish me with them.
Chewie looks at his paws, the claws just waiting to extend and kill the foe before him. Then Chewie looks at the arm in each of those paws, and Chewie plunges the arms down and stabs the Cathar, not with his own claws, but with the claws on Lacius's arms. Chewie sinks the claws deep into Lacius with all his might. The claws tear through the Cathar's chest as the last breath escapes him. The Wookiee wins, all without breaking his oath to never use his claws for violence. Han comes up next to Chewie, checking out his hair and what he's gonna have to do to fix that horrible singe cut he just received. He looks down on Lacius. Silence. Deep breath. Then Han speaks. I didn't even know you had claws. Chewie grunts. You would have used them if you killed me though, right? Chewie laughs and walks away. Hey, then that means I'm definitely not your pet. Chewie keeps laughing as he limps slowly back to the Millennium Falcon. And let us know too, who do you guys think would win, a Cathar versus a Wookiee? And are there any other Versus series that you're interested in seeing, or straight up any other fan fictions? Now, my boy Star Wars Theory is the master of the fan fiction, so I'm not going to really delve too much into that, but they're super fun to make. So, you got any last words, Chewie? Yeah, they should like the video. Anything else? They should subscribe too if you haven't. Man, this Chewie's a smart dude. Anything else? You don't want to know what he said. So, let's just leave you right there. Thanks for joining us today so much, guys. And remember to spiffy. And don't do anything we wouldn't do.